Well, I was dating a woman who owned a dojo. And I didn't even know what a dojo was before I dated her. So at first, she kind of tried to convert me into what she was a little bit. For example, she tried to get me to wear spandex jogging pants. So that didn't go well. And she also tried to get me into Birkenstocks, which I didn't take to because, I feel like I should be on some commune in the 60s, Anyway, she also owned 2 cats, which is one of the things that happen to me when I date women. They always end up owning cats, and I'm allergic to cats. So I end up my eyeballs kind of pop out because they start itching and stuff. I don't know, we spent more time together, and finally we took a weekend together to Toronto. So of course she drove there. Her thing was she was involved in some kind of Aikido tournament. I guess Aikido is the ancient art of Chinese or Japanese swordsmanship. I think that's what it is. We finally entered this big gym, and there's a large gym floor with a lot of people just practicing with their swords and the karate moves. She introduced me to her sensei. He was this small Asian guy, and he looked at me, and I felt kind of uncomfortable. He shook my hand, and I think he bowed, and I didn't know whether to bow back. I did. I tried to be like them. She ended up going in the middle of the gym floor and practicing her Aikido, and she told me that it was going to take a long time, so maybe I could go out and check out the city and stuff. So I was going around, and I came back about 3 hours later with a used newspaper that I found at a cafe that was closing. So after 3 hours of walking around, I thought, hey, it probably won't be too long until she comes back, and then we could go out and stuff like that. But an hour and a half later, I was still there. So I was increasingly getting restless. I started reading the paper, and I put my feet up on an adjacent chair because the chairs, those plastic fold-up things, were uncomfortable. As soon as that happened, she saw this, and she immediately came over to me and started yelling at me for violating the rules of the dojo. You can't behave this way in a dojo, it's sacred. So she got all pissed off. She humiliated me in front of everybody. I felt like, what am I doing here, That's when the relationship kind of went downhill. And I guess there was this other time I was kind of getting amorous when she didn't want to, and she threatened to break my neck. I knew it was over then. I learned something from this experience. After this, I really believe that people who are heavily into the martial arts, they don't really talk to you as much as they observe you, because I think secretly and deep down inside, they're just looking for the kill shot. So if that's the case, I really don't know where I fit in there.